Okay, I hope
Hello, everyone.
Hi guys.
Hello, hello.
How are we today?
Yes,
My loud is not great today.
But your background is amazing.
yeah.
Yes,
So
yeah.
you have that going for you.
Yeah. I haven't been to the Northern Lights, so here we are.
Yes. Anyway, hey Lila, thank you for joining the stream. That's very greatly appreciated. It's very good to see you here. Thank you so much. As you can tell, Anna-Maja is somewhere in Finland, and she was kind enough to join us today.
Yes, yeah.
I hope your internet works over there.
Yeah. Well, for now it seems to be working, so okay. Fingers crossed for the entire match.
Okay. So I would like to first welcome everybody. Thank you for joining the stream. It's very good to see you guys here. I also want to welcome Ellen Nilssen, WFM from Denmark, who was kind enough to take this challenge, and it's very good to see her here. I wish her all the luck in the match. Well, up to a point, I guess. Haha. AKS for everyone. Thank you for the rating for the party of 5. It's very good to see you. Hello, Chess Lions. Hello, Bullet Mercenary, my friend. It's very good to see you. I was gonna give a quick shout out to Chess Lions. And a shout out to my dear friend Bullet Mercenary, who is, both of them are streamers and friends. Please give them a follow if you haven't. Before we start with our starter match, and I would like to first welcome Anna-Maja Kazarian. Oh, Anna-Maja, do you prefer to be a WIM or you prefer to be an FM?
Honestly, WIM, but in the FIDE system and everywhere system, they consider FM higher. But okay. Yeah, I only reached 2300 for it, so I felt like I had to do more for the WIM title.
We're gonna fix that right now.
That's okay though, I don't mind. It's just what I prefer myself to use.
Soon you'll be WGM when over the board says.
I hope so. That would clear a lot because WGM is higher than FM.
So that would be no doubt.
And
yeah, exactly.
Also, big shout to Lila Kurica, and I'm gonna make one statement: is that both my guests basically have WGM strength. It's just a matter of technicalities before they are both WGMs. I've played against both, and I am very comfortable saying this.
Oh, thank you.
You're more than welcome. All right, guys. So you guys basically know how this works. This is I think adoption match number 18. I am offering a $250 bounty to Ellen for adoption. If she adopts me, she gets the bounty. If not, there is a consolation prize of 50 gift subs. I am obviously very much looking forward to this match.
And you just made me even more nervous. Thank you for that.
Okay, that's the idea.
Aww.
And anyway, so it's 10 games, 1 attempt. Basically, it's time control in 5+2. So. And I think that Anna-Maja doesn't need any introduction. She has been a fellow streamer and a dear friend for quite some time. If you play Among Us, you can find her looking at cameras.
Professional Among Us streamer.
Correct. Incoming. If you're basically an imposter and she's a crewmate and you're trying to kill her, basically just surprise her while she's looking at cameras. That's the
Yes.
All right. Anyway, we are ready, and I think I am going to send the challenge, or let's see. Ellen, I actually don't know what your name is, what your chess.com username is.
It's Ellen Nilssen, just as my other social accounts.
Okay. I see you. Wonderful. All right.
I'll also, during the match, I will try to discuss with chat if we have a dare for Ellen. That would also be nice.
Oh, yeah,
Ellen,
sure. I'm up for it.
yes, Ellen is not unfamiliar with the dares.
I'm usually the one to give out dares. I'm not the one to do them myself.
I like the dare that I think you had Laura Onuk design your makeup. I think that was one of my
that was a good
dares.
one. But the ballet one was also quite decent, I thought.
I agree. Yes, absolutely. All right, so I'm muting myself, and then I'm going to take the headset off and send the challenge. All right.
Okay. Good luck. Good luck to both of you.
Bye-bye.
All right, guys. So now you're stuck with me. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Adopt a Nikola series, another episode of Adopt a Nikola. And today, Nikola already introduced, but I'm gonna do it one more time. So we have Nikola, who may or may not get adopted by Ellen. We will see, guys. We will see. It's an adoption match, and it has just started. We see Nikola with the black pieces. So in order to win the match, Ellen has to win 10 games in a row. And Nikola wins the match if he draws one or he simply wins one. So all he needs to do is to not lose in 10 games. So we will see how it goes. It just started. We see the King's Indian defense on the board. I've played this myself a few times with white and with black when I didn't want it to happen, but it did happen anyway. But yeah, let's have a look, guys. I don't know much theory. I don't know bishop g5, but I think that's theory. I'm pretty sure it's theory. But yeah, before I continue my commentary, I want to remind you to please, I'm saying this mostly to the people in my chat right now, to also look at Nikola's channel. I would really appreciate if you would tune in into Nikola's channel. I can see all chats, so it doesn't matter where you are. I can still see you, but I would really appreciate to see you in Nikola's channel, because Nikola is going for partner, and he could use all your help. And one of what you could do is by supporting by watching his channel instead of mine. I already partnered. I don't need the viewership right now. So I would really appreciate if you would tune in into Nikola's channel. You can so I will post the link right here. You can go to his channel right there. That would be really, really nice. Papa Botas, welcome. Also great to see Papa Botas in the chat. Welcome. Okay, let's see, guys. Let's see what they did. Bishop g5, c5, d5, h6, bishop f4, g5, bishop e3. Okay, I thought bishop g5 was an idea to play bishop takes f6, but turns out that's not what Ellen is going for. Queen a5, queen d2, a6. A6 seems like preparing b5. I think that's an idea in that position. Yeah, I know some ideas in this line, but like in the King's Indian, but this is some rare position. Wait, is that a pawn hanging on h6? Wait, that's not hang. Wait, bishop takes h6 is followed by bishop takes, queen takes, knight takes e4? Or maybe, no, knight takes e4, not right away. Already a crazy position from the start. I don't know, is g4? The problem is, what do you else, oh, h5 has been played. I feel like g4 was a move that you should play, but I'm not sure after bishop takes h6 if bishop takes h6 is good at all or not. h5 has been played. b5 seems like the trade of the h6 and e4 pawns is maybe in favor of black. since you're taking a pawn in the center and you're putting pressure on the knight on c3. It probably has to deal with something with that. So now we see b5 being played. So Black's main plan is to take the pawn e4 and get advantage in the center. b5 now. You're tuned into all 3 streams. That's absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. If bishop takes h6, e4 is a problem. Yes. The question is how much of a problem that is. That was what I was wondering, because since you're taking on h6, you're also like trying to expose Black's king, and it looks a little bit shaky over there for Black. Since not a lot of pieces of Black are developed. But yeah, I mean, I guess it's safe to say that h6 is a weakness, and that it will be like that for a long time. So it makes sense that Ellen is not taking it, not risking anything, and just waiting for the right moment. Yes, the time control is 5 + 2. I think we forgot to mention that, but it's 5 + 2. It may look like it's a long time control, but you will see as soon as we hit the 1 minute mark, then things start to go very quickly and very, yeah. It will be very, very shaky. Yeah. Yeah, I know from my own experience that I felt like 5 minutes was a lot. And then when we would go down to like 1 minute or something, I would be like, wait, this is like, you're not in the bullet mode, you know, you're not in bullet mode. You're in this mode of like having 5 minutes. It's all good. Oh, what's going on here? Some spicy stuff. b5, e5, b4, b takes c3. Oh, what's happening here? But now you can take on f6 with the bishop and threaten bishop takes c3. Oh. But there's our problem. The pawn on e4 is gone. Our knight on f6 is gone, which means that h6 is hanging now and you cannot defend it. You can go back with the bishop, but I'm not sure what that will give you, considering bishop takes h6 will still be played, threatening queen g5 after that. So, there is something else that Black should do here. I would say Black should develop the bishop to f5. I think that would make most sense. Or maybe the knight to d7 to put it on e5. Yeah, there should definitely be some developing move here. Bishop f5, there you go. You could actually even consider sacrificing the rook on f8 to simply develop your pieces. The question is if it's worth it. I think it is, to be honest. But maybe it's alright to just move it. Maybe it's alright. The thing I'm worried about is queen f4. So you're attacking the bishop on f5 and you're threatening to take on g4. But for now, after queen f4, there's at least bishop takes c3 with check. But after king f1, there might be some complications there because the bishop on f5 is still hanging, and I don't see a follow-up after king f1. Okay, bishop g5, king h7. Bishop g5 played in order to take on f6, I think, and threaten queen h6, or maybe go for queen f4 anyway. Although after bishop takes f6, e takes f6, the rook is pointing towards the king on the e file, and that might be a little bit difficult. Bishop d3 has been played. Wait, okay, so you cannot take on g5 because of bishop takes f5 with check. Although you can take bishop takes f5 and then king h6. And then you're protecting your bishop. And then you are threatening to also take the rook there. Also, although I don't think you want to take that rook because your king is too exposed and you really need to have that bishop on g5. But bishop takes g5 is a move. White cannot take back on g5 because bishop takes d3 is hanging. So Nikola goes for bishop takes g5. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Bishop takes f5. King h6 has been played. Yeah, what's happening here? Okay, the problem is it's like this is like a great setup to like be safe with your king for now, but you cannot take the rook on c1. I mean, if you take it, mate is gonna be followed very, very soon. So I think the queen has to move, and then I think we will see move like e6. The problem with e6 for white is basically black tries to open up the e-file to put pressure on white's king. So I think after e6 you have to take, to at least not allow rook takes to open up the e-file. So they will have to play f takes e6, and then the e-file will be closed, but another file will open, which will be the f-file, and maybe the rook will be able to use that. Very, very interesting game so far. Queen a3, okay. We can afford that, for sure. Rook b1. I think now it's really, really crucial to play e6, especially since you cannot develop the knight. So e6 helps in that way to develop the knight. Rook a7, okay. It at least stops the rook from going to b7. But yeah, we also have to keep in mind the pawn on g4 is hanging. So, okay, now e6 has been played. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's almost the same, I would say. Almost the same. The score is 0-0, guys. This is the very, very first game. After this game, you will see the scores next to their names. So don't worry, we will get the score live updated. Oh my gosh, Nikola is just taking with the rook, but the knight is hanging on d1. Oh no. Oh, the knight is still there. Okay, that's funny. That is pretty funny, because a move like queen c1 wouldn't have been able to go for some threats there. So rook takes b8, queen c1 is the only move that you should be afraid of, but white can simply take there, and then bishop takes c1, and he will be a full rook down. Knight g3, okay. Yeah, so Ellen played this really, really well. Black still might have some chances here. Knight g7. Yeah, this was really tough. So basically it was really hard to save your king there from all sorts of threats. And f4, and this is basically over, guys. GG. Wow, that was a really, really interesting game. Yeah, as soon as Ellen was able to castle there, it was basically already over.
Good game, Ellen. Thank you.
GG. That was a very interesting game.
Yeah, I was a bit surprised by this h6 g5 stuff in the opening. I haven't seen that before.
Me neither. Yeah, I wasn't sure if that was theory or like what was going on.
Special prep, maybe, since we played this line another time.
No, this was me actually forgetting the line. I'm supposed to play h6 and g5 in a different variation.
I see. Yeah.
So
there are a few different ways to play that position.
Yeah, all right. I felt that I wasn't without the chances in this game, to be honest.
I actually didn't see. I didn't see king h6.
Yeah, that was a very funny move. It looked like the problem was that white couldn't really properly attack anymore. And I think it was important to play e6 earlier to try something at least.
Yeah, when my king is in the center and the knight can't develop because of the pawn on g4 and bishop on e2.
Yeah, it was really creative though to not block the e-file by taking with the rook. But I think, yeah, it was a concrete thing that it wasn't possible, tactically speaking, to do it.
Sadly, according to the computer, this was computer's comment is 1 point. One player took the advantage and never let go. So it doesn't.
Okay.
I think computer is. We're gonna let computer be the ultimate judge.
Yeah.
I kind of needed to play e6 before. I think I was complicated too much at the end. But thank you, Ellen. That was a good game.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, it was
a
very,
cool
very
one.
interesting.
Okay. All right. So let's see. Do you mind sending me the rematch? And I'm gonna...
Yes, I was just thinking I have to maybe turn down the sound of Anna-Maja a bit because my headphones, I had to like throw them to the other side of my bed so that I just completely couldn't hear anything.
Yes, thank you.
So
Okay,
I'll just turn it
All
down a
right.
little
Sure,
bit.
sure.
Please, of course. Thank
That's
you.
funny.
All right.
Okay. I will send you the rematch.
Yeah,
Good
thank
luck.
you.
Good luck.
Thank you. Yep. All right. I'm muting
Okay,
myself.
that's very funny, guys. That's very, very funny. Can you have a link to follow? Let me have a look. What you can do, you can follow one of the players by typing in live chat /follow and then one of the usernames, and then you'll be able to follow the games. It's hard to give you a link considering the link changes every game. But yeah, I'm loud. Okay, we see the French defense. Yes, we love to see the French, right? Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get a lot of people agreeing there with me, but that's all right. That's all right. I think we're gonna see a lot of French games today, which I really like. Although I don't know this. I don't know the win hour. The one of the few lines in the French I don't know is the win hour. So, but we're going to the exchange variation and makes me really happy. Commercial. We should actually make a commercial, Screws. Imagine having a commercial actually to promote. Oh my god, that will be amazing. That's an amazing idea, Screws. The win hour. It's called the win hour. But now we're in the exchange variation. And I'm really happy to see it. Although I like the exchange variation with C4 instead of having the knight on C3. Let's see, bishop e2, queen d7, all good so far. I think bishop e2 was pretty necessary in order to prevent knight takes c4. First of all, the knight was pinned, and you're basically making sure that the knight is not pinned. You know, it's always really annoying to have this pin on the diagonal. So I think bishop e2 was a wise move. f6. That's an interesting move. Never play f6. We all know that quote. Is there a move like knight e5 at some point possible? Like, for example, after bishop h5, knight e5 could have been a really interesting one. I don't think it's working because, so bishop h5, knight e5, f takes e5, bishop takes h5, g6, and there are two bishops hanging on f4 and h5. So I don't think it was possible, but it was certainly interesting. Bishop d3, offering the trade. So far, so good. Maybe at some point there is knight b5 to threaten to take on c7. Okay, let's have a look. Long castle. I think now knight b5 could be interesting, although maybe it's too much and you'll be kicked back soon. But maybe it was definitely worth a try, I think. 92. I feel like 92 is a bit too passive, you know? But we will see where this will go to. You don't have the 20k needed for a hat request. Oh, I wonder now how many points I have. Oh, I cannot check it from Chatterino, sadly. Only 2 people adopted Nikola before. I think so too, Lol. Yes, I think so too. Which is insane. Ah, I see. Okay, knight g3. Oh, it's closing this bishop closing up the diagonal for the bishop. But maybe we can, I don't see how we can like go to square like f5 or something. Oh, Nikola is pushing c3, b4. Soon we will see b5 probably. But at this point, I feel like Black's attack will be more successful since moves g4 and h4 are coming quickly with threats, direct threats, whereas the only threatening move White has is b5. And after b5, knight a5, and you're basically blocking the entire attack like that. You might be able to open up some lines with c4, but I'm not sure about that. I would say that Black's attack has more potential, but we never know. The fact that there are so many pieces around the king could be helping White a lot. So really interested to see where this goes to. We see that Nikola has a slight time advantage, could also have a factor in this game. g4 has been played. Knight h4 would be a nice move, I think. It looks like a really weird move, but considering that you are not allowing the h pawn to push, and you might be able to control some squares here, like f5 at some point, which is really, really crucial. I think knight h4 is a nice move here. We don't care about losing this pawn, as long as we have like some sort of fortress, you know? And if this pawn is able to reach this square, it's actually like a wall in front of us, which we don't mind. It's a wall for Black because they cannot get past the wall. Knight h4 has been played. Wow. That's really good. Bishop takes d3. Queen takes d3. And we see takes on h3. Okay. And now, so what I was saying earlier, now you can think of moves like knight f5. Maybe this one is better. Although I like to block this pawn as much as possible. So maybe, a move like queen f3 would be nice, but after a move like queen g4, it's unclear. I would not want to go there. White is going for a5. Makes perfect sense. So basically, the reason why we play a5 instead of b5 right away is when the pawn is on a4 and we push b5, knight a5 is possible, as I mentioned earlier. Now that White played a5, the rook is covering a5 with the pawn, so it's defending this pawn. So if you play b5 right now, knight is not able to go to a5. And it has to leave. And then you can continue your attack there with the pawns. Rook b1. Rook b1 is maybe a little bit of a slow move. Usually when you're attacking and the other side is also attacking, you need to keep in mind that you might be running out of time. You really, really need to use your time properly. And rook b1 is a move like it's a little bit too slow. We really need like moves like b5 and now b6, you know? These kind of moves that continue the attack. Rook fb1 is a nice move. Oh, actually, we had to do it considering h takes g2. I missed that. I was talking about this when I completely missed that h takes g2 was a move. So that's why rook fb1 was played, right? Okay, that was my fault. I was so focused on the left side, I forgot h takes g2 was played. So we see knight b8, guys. So basically the knight on c6 was hanging, but the knight on h4 is also hanging. It's really funny the amount of pieces that are hanging in these games today. So basically whenever there's a piece hanging, the opponent is gonna attack the opponent's piece as well. It's really funny to see. So now there's a slight trouble here around the king because the knight on h4 is hanging, knight f5. I was thinking of that too. And it seems to be working, funnily enough. So after takes on h2, king takes h2, you don't have g1 queen because the rooks are covering g1 very, very well. You're offering the trade with the knight on e7. And if knight takes f5, you can take with the queen and offer a trade there. Are we gonna see the pieces being traded off. Are we gonna go to an endgame or? Okay, we're gonna go to an endgame. I think. I don't think Nikola will play knight takes f5. I think. It's kind of hard to decide. Do you want to go to an endgame or do you want to have the piece on the board? And for who will be that better? I think it will be better for black to keep the queens on the board, to be fair. But I can understand that Ellen wants to go to the endgame because, you know, like the attacks on both sides, they're scary for both sides, you know? So it makes a lot of sense. So now Ellen is thinking, should I trade or should I cover the check? I think you should trade, but you will be losing the pawn on g2. The problem with just covering the check, for example, with knight d7 or rook d7, I think knight d7 would be the best then in the between the two. Then after queen takes g4, a takes g4, you can simply play king g3, and your next move will be knight takes g2. So I think if you compare the two, this is a better version of the position for black. But I'm not saying that this is great for black because, yeah, once again, this pawn, it seems like this pawn will be lost very, very soon. You cannot play rook g8 or this one because of knight e7 check, which is a fork. So that's why Ellen plays rook e8 to cover the check. But now he can simply take the pawn. Okay, Nikola is playing rook e1, which is actually a clever move, offering the trade and still keeping the knight e7 fork in the position. There's no hurry in taking there, simply because there's no defense to it right now. Maybe now is the time to take. I would say knight now is the time to take. I don't see what else black and, well, white as well can do here. So yeah, just take the pawn and yeah. Okay, to check. Okay, black is slowly entering white's position. White has a better pawn structure, but black is up a pawn. While they were taking the pawns h3, g2, they have become, they got up in material. So yeah, that's why black is up a pawn there. Ooh, this is tricky. What happens after this, guys? Rook e8 and rook e1? No, the time ran out. Oh my goodness, that would have been crazy. Rook e8, king d7, rook e1 is followed by knight g6 check. Ooh, this is complicated. This is not easy. Hello.
That was an interesting game. I really thought it shouldn't have been as complicated as it got.
Yeah, it looks really promising for white considering the activity, but in the last position, it looks like the attack of white is, there's no attack because after rook e8, king d7, and for example, rook a e1, you have knight g6 check and everything is falling apart for white.
Yeah, I actually, I was kind of happy with the move knight f8 because the knight is just not doing anything on d7, but suddenly it comes to life and has purpose, yeah?
Yeah, I was like, okay, knight f8 allows rook e8, but everything is working. Knight g6 check is in the air, and there's not much you can do.
And I'm not getting mated. Rook e8 is not mated. I had like a heart attack for 0.01 seconds because I forgot that the knight on f5 does not take away the d7 square.
Yeah, that was a really interesting game too.
Yeah, unfortunately, I completely forgot to look at the time. I got mesmerized by the position, which is stupid.
Yeah.
But I don't think at the end I was actually, according to the computer, I needed to play king h3 as opposed to king f3. And then I'm actually
Makes
better.
sense. Better? Wow.
Yeah, it says plus
yeah, I also felt like you were better considering your pieces were much more active and black's pawns are very vulnerable and weak, and the pawn structure just doesn't look any good.
I was just sitting there enjoying my extra pawn.
Yeah. But yeah, like Knight of 8 was just a really good move, and I think that proved, yeah, like why you had a better position here.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Interesting game. I was certainly worried in the beginning that attack appeared quite scary, but
Well, that's the point.
Yeah, it is.
No, I think you defended really well, and
yeah, I was
Knight h4 was really good, Knight to f5, and then trading off the queens. I think that was really, really well played there.
Yeah, I couldn't decide whether I should go h4 or g4 first. That was
that's a really tough decision. Yeah.
Yeah, I think at some point you should. I was worried about you playing Queen h3 on move 21, and the computer actually is telling me that that's the that was instead of Queen g4. Yeah, that's the move that worried me, because then you're attacking the knight, and then you can also take on g3, and then there are some few other possible nastiness going on. Okay, all right. Thank you, Ellen. Good game.
Yes. Okay.
Good luck.
Good luck.
All right, guys, that was a really interesting game. It was going like both sides were attacking. It was absolutely crazy. But Ellen played really well. Nikola as well, but Ellen proved why she was winning with that pawn extra. Oh, hi, Backlash. Hello, great to see you. Welcome. The score is 2-0, guys. The score is 2-0. We're in the third game right now, and we're seeing King's Indian with g3. I think Ellen switched some line here, because earlier she went for the line with e4 and bishop e2. That's interesting. You don't approve? c5. Yeah, I actually don't know much about it. I know more about the position with e4 and bishop e2 than this. I think I may or may not have played this myself when I was playing knight f3 and g3 stuff myself with white, but it's not like I know much theory here. I think she was uncomfortable with the opening, and it's also good to change back and forth. Like, she might consider going back to the line that was played in the first game at some point. So yeah, castles. Screws. That's absolutely true. That's absolutely true. Knight c3. Yeah, I'm thinking of what the ideas here are for both sides. It's quite difficult. I think there are a lot of ideas in this position. There are a lot. And we will have to see what which ones they will choose. Knight c6. I think d5 is the move here, right? Or not? I don't even know. We will see what they will play here. Yeah, I think d5. I remember some lines where you play knight c6, then you play d5, and they basically have to go back. Although okay, knight a5. I'm not sure about if knight e5 is a move here. I assume not, but I have seen positions where they do that. So I'm not 100% sure. Knight a5, queen d3. Black is putting pressure on the pawn on c4. So maybe we will see b6, bishop a6. Oh, I mean b6, bishop a6 like this. Maybe we will see a knight from f6 going to d7 and then e5, perhaps. So the downside to d5, what I can say here is that you're closing down this diagonal of the bishop, the diagonal h1 to a8, this one. So, okay, I froze there for a second. I froze there. But that might mean that the fianchetto is not as great as it should be. But maybe you can at some point push e4, e5 and try to open the diagonal as much as possible. Let's have a look what you guys are saying. Hi, Ostano Vevo. Welcome. Hello. Hello. Yeah, I'm also wondering, famous wizard. In Dutch, we say it with the like fianchetto, which makes more sense to me. But I can also see being pronounced with a K. Alrighty, let's see what happened. Bishop d2, bishop d7, e4, b5 has been played. C takes b5, a takes b5. And now the problem is you cannot take on b5 because you will face c4 and then you attack the queen. And you will close down the defense of the knight on b5. So let me put it on the board. So instead, after knight takes b5, oh, I cannot move it? Ah, that's unfortunate. Okay, so knight takes b5, c4, queen would leave, and then you can take on b5. So that's why e5 has been played instead. Let's see what's going on here. You could play knight g4 to put your knight on e5. I think knight e8 is also a move. I don't think you want to take here. Ah, knight g4, he plays it. Wow. He plays knight g4, that's amazing. I really like this move because you really want to put your knight on e5, and now you're also putting pressure on the pawn on e5. e6 has been played. Ellen is trying as much as she can to open up this diagonal, because if takes on e6, then at least this diagonal is open and you might be able to have some threats there. But the question is it enough for this, for the pawn, for the center? Because it looks like black will have a very, very nice center there. Instead, Nikola plays b4 first, which is actually an interesting move. Not allowing the diagonal to be open. And after e takes d7, we will see b takes c3. Interesting decision there. I wonder why Nikola didn't take the pawn on e6. There's not like, it's not like it's super, super bad to lose the rook against the rook on a8 against the bishop on g2, because in a lot of positions, it is like a pretty common thing that you sacrifice an exchange like this. And as you will see, well, as you can probably see, there will be a lot of weak light squares around the king. You might be able to put a lot of pressure on this diagonal yourself, maybe even put the knight on f3, and you can see that there will be a lot of complications there. So I think taking on e6 would have been perfectly fine. I think would have been really nice. Right. Okay, we see after b4, knight e2, f takes e6, and now he's taking. Wow. Now he is taking there. h3. Okay. So now the problem is if you play knight e5, then knight takes e5, bishop takes e5, and there's d takes e6. You can defend it by playing bishop c6, but obviously we want to take the pawn at e6. So why complicate things and play knight e5? Well, where you can play knight f6, which Nikola actually did. Knight g5. And what's actually funny is that this knight on e2 covers that diagonal a6 to f1. And the funny thing about this is that after knight g5, if the knight wouldn't have been on e2, you could play bishop c4 and then win the exchange there. So now this knight is covering this diagonal, and this is not winning an exchange. But I have to note that bishop c4 is an intermediate move. The bishop was hanging on e6. Now you're attacking the queen on d3, and you're not afraid. Well, you're not gonna lose the rook there. If you wanted to protect your rook, you can move it. But to be fair, do we want to move the rook? To be fair, I personally, I don't. Well, it's funny that it's coming from me, I guess, but I would actually consider to just let the rook there, stay there, and like focus on other pieces, like queen d7, h6, you know, these kind of moves. I would not be afraid to lose that one. d5, but the problem with d5 is that there is 96, guys. 96, that's a fork. There is d4, but this is super complicated. This is very complicated, guys. Oh my goodness. There is d4, and he plays it. But so basically, after knight takes d8, there's d takes e3. The rook will be hanging on a8, so his bishop takes a8. You can actually take on e2, and then the rook on f1 will be hanging, the bishop on d2 will be hanging, the knight on d8 will be hanging. If the knight leaves, the bishop on a8 will be hanging. Everything is hanging, guys. This is madness. Absolute madness. Queen e5 has been played. There should be here a tactic, right? Like knight d7. No, you cannot move the knight. That is insane. You cannot move the knight. Queen b8. I really like this move, guys. I like this move because, well, actually, I mean, I don't see a better move, but considering that you can at least save one of the rooks, I think it's a great move. But the funny thing is, if you would have played knight d7, you face mate right away. Both are below 20 seconds, guys. What is going to happen? Rook takes b8. Okay. Okay, there are a lot of pieces hanging. Which piece is better to take? That one. That one. That one, because both knights are hanging. You can defend them. But oh, that drops the exchange. That drops the exchange. 8 seconds. Okay. Okay, knight c4. This pawn on c5 is still hanging. So we might need to play rook c8, I think. Or knight e4 is also possible. Oh, that drops the pawn. It's not taken. That is interesting. Now it's still hanging, and it has been taken. Ooh. The material is equal. We have to know that, and these knights look very, very good. But the time situation is something to be worried about. For sure. Can Nikola pull it off, guys? Can Nikola... Ooh, that's a pawn. That's an expensive pawn, although there's a pawn a2, which might be really, really nice to take. Nikola is going to put his knight all the way, I think all the way to e3. There he goes. That is absolutely amazing. Okay, he shouldn't play this. Don't play king d6. No, oh, no, he has to move. Ooh, king f5, okay. Okay, he has moved. 1 second. Oh gosh, this is really nerve-wracking. This is really nerve-wracking, guys. What is going on? The pawn on a2 is hanging. Oh no, he doesn't take. I wonder why he didn't take. I don't think he expected rook d3. But it's still not over. Oh my god, look at this, guys. Rook c8. The rook is coming into the game. Rook c3. There we go. Ooh, this is really tricky, guys. What happens after d3 and you have rook c2? Ooh, black is coming in to the position. And oh my god, king e3. He does king e3 after rook takes e2. You have d takes e2, and you cannot stop the pawn. f5. Drops the rook. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, guys. Whoa, my goodness. That was such a nice technique there from Nikola. Holy smokes. He clutched that. He was a pawn down. He totally clutched that. Whoa, that was insane. Nikola played so well that endgame. Holy smokes.
Oh yeah, my tactics, they didn't work the way I wanted them to.
Yeah, oh my goodness.
I have no idea what this was, to be honest.
I have no idea either. Holy wow.
Oh my god.
That endgame technique, Nikola, that was absolutely insane. You did everything, in my opinion, correct. Like the way you activated all your pieces, you pushed the king all the way forward, the pawn, and then the rook coming in there, and yeah, rook c3. I think that was basically
yeah, I actually thought I was turning that one in the rook and knight endgame.
Yeah, no, you were ahead, but I had that pawn on honestly, when you took that pawn on c5, I thought I was lost.
Yeah, I wasn't necessarily sure it was lost, but I thought I was going to win it.
Okay, let me see what computer.
But it was a very important pawn on c5.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
But the pawn on b4 was so annoying. Like it just shuts down all my pawns on the queen sides, making them eternal weaknesses.
Yeah, exactly. Like the d pawn and the pawn b4, I think they decided the game basically because you were a pawn up, but the pawn that you were up was basically on a2, and you cannot make use of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, absolutely crazy.
Yeah, you had, after knight c5, you were actually winning.
Oh. Chess is a merciless game.
Oh, God.
Yes. Crazy.
What basically happened here? Okay. All right. Yeah, I was just... Yeah. Okay. And I think what computer wanted is, instead of rook d3, you had g4.
Yeah, it was actually so sad because I played rook d3 and then I noticed g4 on the next move. But by then it was too late because you had knight e4 check, and then I had to trade the knight on c5.
Yeah.
In the beginning, I didn't even notice that my knight was hanging, so I was almost about to just move my king to f3 to play g4 afterwards, but then my knight is hanging.
Okay.
Right.
Well, adoption defeated.
Oh.
Sorry. All right, so
I was hoping to get some more points in there.
Anyway, I am gonna have a couple of duties to perform. So let me do that.
Yeah, it was a crazy game. Congratulations, Nikola. That was wow.
Yeah, that was
madness.
Wow.
No, I was lucky.
Thank you so much.
I didn't see g4.
No, me neither. I mean, I didn't consider anything else after d3.
Thank you so much, Nikola.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right. It's too much.
So there is a tradition here that.
Oh no, the dare! I already forgot about that.
We can put the dare aside, but there.
Yeah, we can. Well, and I was so invested to the game that
yes. I want more than 3 games. That's for sure.
Okay. All right. So let's. So we are now playing for half adoption starting now. So Ren's score now is, let me close this. It's
2-1.
2-1. So you need to get 6. Okay. Oh, thank you, okay. Screws. Screws has a reset score. So okay, wonderful. let's get there. And by the way, speaking of there, what are chat suggestions?
So I was so invested into the games I didn't really discuss with my chat. Games are too interesting to discuss it. We can put it aside. That's all right.
All right, that's fine.
Yeah, right, chat, they can figure it out during the next games.
All right.
Then maybe Nikola will have a psychological edge with me just sitting there being completely scared of my dare. Okay, but I will send the rematch.
Good luck. All right, guys. So, the next game has started right now. We see another French. So Nikola has avoided adoption once again. That game was absolutely crazy. It was super exciting. Like, it was going back and forth. I don't know what was going on there, but that was super, super interesting. So now we're going for half adoption, guys. Half adoption means that Ellen has to win 5 games in a row. And yeah, once again, if Nikola manages to draw or win a game, the half adoption is over. So let's see if Ellen can pull it off to half adopt Nikola. I think, how many half adoptions have been succeeded? I'm not sure, but I think there's quite a few, right? Or not that many. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm still so upset about it, Nordetau. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. We should do the dare. Yeah, I guess there's no dare today then. So we're back to the French winner. We're with the exchange variation mixture. So we're basically in the winner in the exchange variation of the French, which I'm very happy about. Yay! But isn't this hanging upon? Isn't this hanging upon? I remember Nikola playing Bishop E2. I think he missed this. I think he forgot to play Bishop E2. So this might hurt a lot because it's a pawn in the center, and yeah. You're also threatening knight takes f3, which is really annoying. So I think a move like Bishop e2 is almost forced, although you can give the check, but it's not worth much, the check on b5. Yeah, I think this is gonna be a very tough game for Nikola. They completed half adoption. I think one of the Chekitas girls also managed to half adopt Nikola, but I'm not 100% sure about that. Knight b5 is a creative one, but it yeah, it doesn't give you the pawn back. But knight takes f3 is not working because g takes f3, and if they move bishop h3, then knight takes c7, forking the rook and the king. So that's a really nice try. But oh, bishop takes f3 hasn't been played instead. That's clever. So you, let me see, do you have to take back? I think so. The queen is hanging. I think it makes sense to take back on f3. The problem with bishop b5. Oh wait, after bishop b5, you're actually threatening to take there. Huh. Yeah, bishop b5 was actually really good. The problems, I was like c6 and that's it, but the knight is hanging on d4. I didn't even realize that. Yeah, knight e6. Yeah, black has a very, very solid position right now. We're gonna see castle soon. Oh, like that. And maybe we'll see an attack on white's king as well. a6, just to be sure that knight takes c7 is not gonna be there. c3, we see a lot of moves today where, for example, Ellen would attack Nikola's pieces. Like, for example, with a6 right now, attacking knight. And then Nikola will push back with c3, attacking Ellen's piece. It's really funny. It's really funny. I mean, I think in every single game we have seen something like that. It's really funny. I see, famous wizard. Let's have a look. Bishop c5, knight d4, takes, h5. Wow. I think the pawn d4 was actually hanging. There was not danger to that because queen a4 check is followed by knight c6. You can choose whichever knight you want, but I think the knight from d to c6 is safer. h5, h3, h4, bishop h2, knight c6. Making sure that you can take the pawn d4. Why not? Why not? And also opening up some squares for the queen. For example, you can now play queen g5 check. But it might be a little bit too early to go for that. Because after queen g5, king h1, there is rook g1 going to be followed. So yeah, there's not really much attack there. Knight takes d4. Yeah, I think Ellen is gonna end this game fairly soon. Hey, Blue Boy, you just woke up. What time is it for you? Isn't it in the middle of the night, Blue Boy? Nikola avoided the adoption. We're now in the half adoption. We just started. So yeah, I think Ellen is gonna win this game. But you never know. You never know. It's 5 a.m. Almost in the middle of the night. Spiritual, thanks for the 100 bits. I'm saying thanks on behalf of Ellen. I think I'm not sure if she sees it or not. But if she hasn't seen it, then I'm here to see it. Move order. Right. Next time I can raise the odds to 5-1 for Nikola not getting adopted by any WFM. Ah, interesting, Papa Botas. Also, hey, Mertfellin, great to see you as well. Let's have a look what happened. F4 and G6. It could be tricky, actually. The knights... Oh, bishop takes G6. Oh my goodness. F takes G6 is followed by queen takes D4. What is happening? Rook G8. Right. You can play F5. But after F5, queen G5, checking H1. Wow. Can you believe that from like such a solid position, we are in such a sharp position already? This match has been really sharp so far. Okay, Nikola goes for queen takes D4, rook takes G6, king H1. Okay. F5 is the threat now. I don't see what Ellen can do here in order to continue the attack. You cannot put the queen anymore on G5, which is a bit unfortunate. You can try... What can you try? C5? But you kind of want to castle long at some point, right? Complicated position, guys. Maybe you can consider playing king f8. I don't know. You kind of want to get out of this pin over here, you know, on the e file. And you also need to take care of f5. Queen f6, offering the trade. I think that's a wise decision, yeah. I think that's really wise, considering your pawn up and your pawn structure is much better. Soon this pawn will be falling. So it makes sense. Queen takes d5. Oh, I actually missed that. I missed the pawn hanging there. Might this mean that black is not gonna castle anytime soon. c6 has been played. If the queen stays on the d5, I don't think black is gonna castle anytime soon. I think this would be a nice try. Queen d3. Still threatening f5. Oh, but Nikola is down to 20 seconds, guys. That is scary. Time trouble is scary. Anything happens in time trouble. Mouse slips, blunders, everything you can think of. But queen e4, I like the move because you're still threatening f5. Ooh. This hurts. Because if you play, for example, like knight g5 or knight c5, you can simply move the queen, for example, queen f4, and then you're threatening to mate on c7 and to take on g6. And I don't see how you can defend that. Ooh. That is very, very rough. How can you deal with this? Can you play a move like rook d4? I don't see how you can create like what the best way is to create counterplay, because I think it's a fact that black is losing a piece here. Knight c5. Is Nikola gonna see the move here? He plays queen f4. Oh my god, he sees it. He sees the move. What? That is insane. He sees queen f4. This is GG. Queen d6 and oh my goodness. I really thought it was over in the in the beginning, but he just clutched that. Queen b8 mate. Wow, this is insane. Aww. Aww. Wow, it's insane. Oh,
I'm getting crushed. No.
Yeah, that was so. It was so weird how like you was in such a solid position, and I don't know how Nikola.
I got too greedy. I got way too greedy because I just wait. Let me just fix my camera here. I wanted more than just a few pawns, but really I should just try to get my king to safety, and then I have the better pawn structure. I have a few more pawns and everything. So
it looked really good to play knight takes e4. Maybe the attack with h5 h4 was maybe too early.
I think h5 h4 was completely fine because my plan is to go queenside. Okay. I just should wait with taking on d4 because the pawn will be weak forever. I think I should go something like just get my queen out and my king to the queen side, and I'm more than fine.
Makes sense, yeah.
Just want to say one thing first and foremost. Papa Botas, thank you for your kind words and your support. I know you said this many times before. Thank you so much. I hope to see you stream one day, one of these days. You really should stream. I think your daughters inherited your talent from you, and thank you. Your support means a lot. I think I don't know what happened in this game. I'll be honest with you. I was basically playing this as a bullet game because wow, computer is actually saying wow, all right, computer actually likes this game, but you were completely winning, Ellen. I mean, I basically you were completely winning. I don't know how I managed to swindle this out. And I have an admission to make, and I was complaining to Maria Fotochess Yemelyanova yesterday that the bloody Hare Krishna, forgive me, that's the gentleman whose course I use for French, against Fresh Exchange, he has like 77 variations to memorize. I mean, I completely misplayed that opening. I was completely lost here, Ellen. I don't know what happened. But
well, I think the tactics that you're playing are really on point. How you see that you can play g6 and then take on d4, and I mean, and queen f4.
I did see takes on g6, but I thought I had either rook g8 or queen f6, and the position would be fine. The move I missed was f4. F4 was just super strong. there was nothing. I don't think there was anything to do against it. I
Yeah,
think it was just
yeah,
lost by
that
That's
was
18
insane.
f4.
Yeah.
Well, you know what's very funny? After f4, our dear Silicon friend says that you are minus 2.5.
Oh, how?
Apparently, you just need to castle.
Oh,
But
that's wait, pawn f4?
After move 18, after pawn f4, it's if you castle, you're basically.
Oh yeah, I thought f4. Oh yeah, sorry, it was after. Okay, yeah, but I thought f4 castles, queen h5, g6. Okay, you can't take bishop takes g6 because f takes g6, queen takes g6, knight g7, and black is winning there. But after g6, like you move the queen, maybe just queen all the way back, queen d1, and you have f5 in the air maybe. And I much rather wanted my king to the queen side. But yes, of course, I should just get my king to safety somewhere.
All right, so Papa Bodes posted this, and thank you, Papa Bodes, for your kind words. That means a lot, as you know. He said, Ellen, just play your game since you're putting too much pressure on yourself. Try to imagine that you're playing in a park. I think Papa Bodes is trolling us, all of us, a little bit. Thank you. Okay, so I managed, you know, Alan, what this, I have no idea what I completely forgot this early bishop g4 variation. I don't like. I know that I'm supposed to.
It's quite tricky. It's not easy for either side. Like the variation with e takes d5 and the bishop b4 variations, it's tricky. If for black it's tricky if you don't know it. For white it's tricky if you don't see what's coming.
Yeah, no, I need my initial instinct was to. I know that there is some, and this is a problem when you're trying to refresh 70 lines in one afternoon, which is I was trying to do. You're just they're all gonna get mixed up. Okay, all right. So that means, what do you want? You want to try for half adoption one more time?
I'm completely fine with trying for more games. Like either if it's even if this is just a regular match and not an adoption match.
No, regular match, you're gonna kill me completely.
But if you,
I think the pressure. The thing is the pressure of having to win and having to adopt. I think that's a big. For the record, I tried playing this against Jesse, #chess, and I got completely killed. As in, I lost the very first game. So it's hard. So, all right.
But also, if you want to try a bullet adoption match, I think that would be very
funny. No. I'm not playing a bullet adoption match against you. I got lucky against Alessia. You're stronger than Alessia in bullet. No way. You'll adopt me with ease. No.
No okay, way. I tried. No way.
No way. No. Julian, she will. Ellen, if you have watched Ellen play bullet on her stream, Ellen is the strength of grandmaster in bullet.
I don't think so.
No way. No way. No. So
okay,
the stream
let's keep playing
bullet
here.
Match. All right, let's keep playing. Let's assume we have one. Yes, thank you, Papa Bottes. Papa Bottes is supporting me. All right, let's. Why don't we play one more half adoption match?
Yes, I would very much like so. Right, I will be fully focused.
All right, yeah, thank you.
All right, good luck. One more half adoption, and then I have a tip for you guys. Just put the speed on ×2 or ×3, and it will be bullet. It will be bullet. Last week was really exciting though, the bullet match against Alessia. That was really exciting. But yeah, I can definitely feel what they were talking about having. Oh, I think she didn't hear that. I don't think she heard that. She already sent one. Looking at her stream. But yeah, what I was saying, so when I did my adoption match against Nikola, I really felt the pressure, you know, you want to perform well, and yeah, you need to win 10 games in a row. And that really adds up to the pressure. So I can definitely feel what they were talking about. I'm really sad I never really got to play more than 3 games because of, well, actually I think it was 2 games, right? 2 games. Because of the Chazocom servers, sadly. I that was a really lucky day, but yeah, it happens. Thank you, Blue Boy, thank you. All right, guys, we are in the second half adoption. We had the full adoption, the half adoption, and now we're doing half adoption once again. Nikola avoided both the full and the half adoption, and now we're trying out the half adoption once again. Half adoption, once again, is when if Ellen wins 5 games in a row, then she will have succeeded the half adoption. If Nikola manages to win or lose 1 game at least, then Nikola wins the match. So let's have a look. We are back in the King's Indian defense. Castles, bishop g5. Oh, we're seeing the same line again as in round 1, game 1. e6, preparing b5, and let's see what Ellen is gonna play instead. He did not play e6. Did he do that in this first game? I don't remember. Yes, Logis. Yes, exactly. But since we are doing it the other way around, the match ends when Nikola wins or makes a draw. So we cannot get there, basically. Let's have a look. We see, oh, the queens are off the board. b5 has been played and has been taken, but this time the pawn on e4 is defended, which means you cannot take it. Takes e2, takes knight d7. And then it's probably gonna come into d3 or maybe to c4. White is a pawn up, but we're not sure how much that pawn is worth right now. It is a passer on a2, but as you can see, it's really hard to push this pawn. If you will push the pawn all the way here, it will be on its own, and at some point, black will just be able to take it. For now, there is an attack going on the b2 pawn, and since the pawn is on c5, you cannot push a b4 anytime soon, maybe never in this game, actually. So yeah, I feel like black has a lot of compensation here. Knight e5, threatening knight c4 or knight d3. Both moves look really good. b3, but now the problem for white is that what are you gonna do about this diagonal? The bishop is really strong on this diagonal, especially now that b3 has been played. So now it's simply trying to remove the knights and see how to make use of this diagonal. It's really tough because c3 knight is really well defended by both the knight and the bishop. So yeah, let's see. What can we do here? Maybe try knight b4. Knight c2. I mean, with knight b4, you're threatening knight c2. I guess that's really funny because the rook is trapped right now. Knight c1 offering a trade. Ooh. Okay. That's possible. Knight b4. Wait a second. now the rook cannot leave, so you have to play rook b2. Rook b2 is the only way to defend knight c2. Or a3. A3 works too, but now you're losing the pawn. Oh, and she notices it. She notices it right now. Ooh. But I don't think it's that bad because rook a2, and if you take on a3, then what do you do after rook a1, guys? The knight will be pinned, and the pawn b3 is defended, so you cannot play rook takes b3. It's not that clear. It's not that clear, huh? So yeah, he has to go back to d4. Yeah, and he sees it. He sees it. That's absolutely crazy. Yeah, that looked a little bit shaky, but yeah, rook a2, rook a1, and you could not defend the knight on a3. a4 has been played. But as you can see now, all these squares, b4 is a weak square, d4 is a really weak square. And black is basically controlling all of these squares. You might want to consider putting a knight on b4. It is a very long road, though. I have to admit that. It's a long road to get to b4. But you might want to consider it. I mean, why not? Knight e8, knight c7, knight a6, knight b4. Okay, knight d7 instead. The problem with knight d7 is it's not really possible to get to b4 like this. I mean, the only way is through b8, a6, but then you have to remove a rook there. And I don't think you want to do that. But I think Nikola is going for knight e5. And look at the time situation. Nikola is ahead over a minute, almost 2 minutes, which is actually crazy. Ooh, I was going to say there might be c4, but then I noticed that the knight on c3 was defending the rook on b1. But now that the knight is gone, you can consider a move like c4. The only downside to c4 is that you can push b4. And then these two passes might actually become very strong. So we don't want to play c4. What would we want to do instead? Not sure. I think it's inevitable that this trade is inevitable because you cannot move the knight. Well, you can play knight b5, but you certainly don't want to do that. What about a move like f5? I think f5 is a great move, trying to make white's pawn structure more weak, more vulnerable. Because if takes, the knight takes f5 and the pawn d5 is very weak. And if white doesn't take, you can take on e4, and then a pawn on e4 is very weak. And there are not so many defenders for this pawn. c4 has been played, but I'm not sure if c4 was right. I mentioned it, but it's a bit unclear because of b4, and these pawns might become really, really strong. And this pawn is actually not so strong because I don't see c3 happen anytime soon. And if you cannot push the pawn, it's a bit unclear. Knight c5. What is interesting at knight c5, so this pawn is pinned, which is why you can play knight c5, and you're attacking the pawn on a4. So I think a move like a5 is forced, pretty much. And then we might see something like, so a5, I'm thinking of knight takes e2, knight takes e2, knight b3. And ooh, you might have a really nice square on b3. You're putting pressure on this pawn. Oh my gosh, there's so many things going on here. And actually, wait a second, guys. Okay, so hear me out. Knight takes e2, knight takes e2, knight b3. Okay, it's probably safe to assume that you're gonna move this bishop. So bishop e1, knight takes a5. The pawn is still pinned. The rook is undefended on b1. Rook takes a5, rook takes a5. Ooh, I think that was a missed opportunity. I'm not sure how sound it is considering there are moves like rook c2 to attack the pawn on c4 and so on, but it looked very promising. Knight d3. Knight d3 is not a bad move either. I have to say that. I mean, Nikola's trying to get like more space and trying to get in white's position. You reject the count. Oh no. Oh no. If you take the A pawn, oh, you mean white can white can double up the rooks. Interesting. That is interesting. There could be some complications with the bishop having it looking right towards the rook there. Complicated stuff. Really complicated stuff. B4, knight c5, a5. Oh, so many arrows of mine. 93, king of 1. Takes. Okay, let's see. Okay, now the pawn on c4 is hanging. Yeah, okay. So knight b3 is just followed by rook takes c4, and if you take, then the pawn b4 is defended. Yeah, I think Ellen is slowly coming back in the game. She's slowly coming back. She's now at pawn up, and I don't think there's a way to win that pawn back. Actually, she's up 2 pawns. She's up 2 pawns right now. Yeah, I think it was really crucial for Nikola to take to play, what was it, knight b3 earlier. Yeah. And now Ellen is just pushing the pawns, and that looks really, really good. Takes. Yeah, and like you have this really nice bishop, but since the pawns have pushed so far already, this bishop is so useless. Like, you cannot stop the pawns with this bishop. Yeah, that's GG. Really well played. Really well played by Ellen. It was a really rough position, but she did it. She did it.
Aha, so now I know the prep.
Nice game. That was a nice game. GG.
I actually think instead of knight d3, you had knight b3, because you're threatening to take on a5, because the b pawn is pinned. My rook on b1 is hanging.
Yeah, I thought so too. Yeah.
I saw knight b3, but I forgot about knight 6 a5, because I thought I was still holding on to my pawns, but it turned out I wasn't.
Yeah, no, I actually thought that I had, oh, okay, my computer is killing my accuracy, thank you. I felt that, yeah, instead of d3, I should have gone to b3, okay. I see, and I felt that I could put, I thought, you know, I wanted to take on e2 and push c3, and then maybe it would end up being a drawish, something I would be able to draw at the end game. So, but instead of, you know, taking on knight c1, yeah, knight b3, yeah, I wanted to play c3 on move 28. And I felt that I have enough to hold there, but computer disagrees. And I completely forgot that there is a rook c4 option, and that was the end of the game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think, yeah, after I get the pawn, then...
Yeah, it's over. Yeah, you have 2 passed pawns, and I don't have any counterplay. Okay.
Yeah, c4 was maybe a bit too risky, but if you would have played knight b3, I think that would have been perfectly fine.
Yeah.
So now I know that the strategy you want to do is give up a pawn, so maybe I have to try to figure out what to do against that.
Look, I'm doing vastly better than I could have dreamed of in this match, so I don't know that there is a strategy.
Well, I'm happy to make you happy.
Thank you.
Aww.
All right.
If I have to lose, then at least someone has to be happy. Otherwise,
You know, a funny thing is, I actually gave I'll have Alessia play bullet matches against me because she was so sad, and I thought she was gonna beat me, and then she didn't. So I ended up being worse.
Yeah, that was amazing.
No, all right, I'm gonna mute myself.
Yes, me too.
Good luck again.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. So we are in the half adoption, and it's 1-0 for Ellen. This was an interesting game, and I think Nikola has some chances there. But as soon as Ellen was back in the game,
wait, I don't know how to send a rematch now. Because I went on to one of the moves, and now I don't know how to rematch.
Oh no.
Where do I click?
Do you see in the chat, maybe on the bottom right, you can see a rematch maybe?
Oh yes, no, yes it is. Thank you.
Yes, awesome, great.
Chess.com noob here. Okay.
Oh, that's hilarious. Now she knows. That's great. Okay, next game. Oh, what was the poll? Blindfolded Among Us. That's interesting. Hey, Ollie, did you just come back from dinner? Okay, let's have a look. We see the French again. Yes. So this match is all about the French exchange variation and the King's Indian defense. That's amazing. Alrighty, knight b5. This time knight b5 has been played. I remember Nikola went at some point back with the knight. Or that was like, I think that was the first game, right? If I remember correctly. And now the knight is going up to b5. That's great to see that. Oh, you were back earlier. Oh, okay, I see. h3, bishop f5. So far so good. I feel like there's not really much going on here right now. Bishop d3 offering the trade. I think it looks like a normal solid position. Nothing too crazy now. Looks really good for both sides. Bishop e4. Bishop e4 is a clever move because after takes, pawn takes, and the knight has to go to an awkward place. And you're just gaining more space like this with the black pieces. So that's why bishop e4 is a clever move. Because in this way, white doesn't want to trade off these bishops, of course. But you might face rook e1. And then I think you're almost forced to trade. g4. Ella's going for it. Yeah, once again, I don't think you want to trade this pawn. A takes g4 followed by queen takes g4, and it looks really, really scary over there. Takes on e4. That's really brave. I think, oh yeah, now you can play knight e2 probably. So we're not afraid. I think we're not afraid of g takes h3. Simply because the king is still in the center, actually. You might be able to play, so knight e2, g takes h3, and you might be able to give this check. Might be really annoying for black. Oh, we have a raid from the hashtags in Nikola's channel. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. I hope you had an amazing stream. Hashtag chess. I don't know who of the two of you was streaming. I didn't check that. I couldn't check that out. But I hope you had an amazing stream. Oh, it was Jessie. Hi, Jessie. Hello, hello. Welcome, everyone. This is the adoption match of Nikola against Ellen Nilssen. We already had the full adoption, the half adoption. We are in the second half adoption right now. Nikola avoided both the full adoption and the half adoption. Now it's 1-0. The score is 1-0 for Ellen in the half adoption. And this is the second game of the second half adoption. So far the games have been really, really exciting. So I hope you're gonna enjoy watching this match. It's really, really interesting. It's been very, very, very sharp games. And yeah, it's just Nikola has been playing so well. He had this end game. He was a pawn down, and simply because his pieces were much more active and like he played the end game so well out, it was absolutely insane. So yeah, Nikola is a very, very tough opponent, and of course Ellen is also really, really strong. But Nikola has been doing his tactics, I think, because he sees almost everything. It's absolutely crazy. So let's have a look. Bishop h2 has been played. G4. Bishop takes e4. D takes e4. Knight d2. Takes on e4. Long castle. Knight takes f6. Queen f5. Queen g4. Offering the trade once again. We're gonna see. We have seen this very similar type of position, but this time with Queen g4. And I think it was 2 games ago, or maybe no. I think it was earlier. Much earlier into the match, where we saw that there was a queen trade being offered, and that black could not avoid that, I think. So you see 8 takes g2. Okay, Nikola plays rook e1. So basically having the pawn on g2 is actually really, really great for white, since this pawn, black cannot get past this pawn. You could, if you have like some attack on the h file, and you can like play something like rook h1 or something, or give a check with the knight on f3, you know, or h3. But the problem is, well, that's not realistic in this position. Also, having a pawn on g2, like, it disturbs your attack. If there's a white pawn here, you can attack it, but if it's your own pawn, you cannot take your own pawn, and this pawn is not able to go anywhere else. You know, it can only go forward, or like, you know, like this. But if there are no pieces on f1 and h1, and if there's a piece in front of it, yeah, then the pawn cannot move, and then it ruins your attack. This is why capture anything is better. Yeah, sometimes you wish that you could capture anything, including your own pieces, to continue your attack, but we're playing normal chess, which doesn't include capture anything. Hey, Super Ginger, welcome. Hello. Hi, Nikolai, welcome. Hello. Wait, is that a knight hanging? That's a knight hanging. Was that a mouse slip? Did he mean to play knight e3, or did he mean to play rook e4? Now I'm wondering. Ooh, what happened there? I missed Nikola's reaction. Too bad. Too bad. It looked so promising for Nikola here. He had a great position, but yeah, I think now we can safely say it's over. Oh, Nikola just did some handshakes. Aww. Oh, you have some. Okay, knight d8. And the problem is that the rook cannot leave the f file, because knight f3 is a huge threat. It's actually threatening mate if the rook is gone. But you also want to keep attacking on c7, because that's basically your last chance. So yeah, rook f6. I just want to say it's forced. Maybe you can put the other rook on the 7th rank. Why not? You can try for this, or this first, obviously, knight c4. The problem is after bishop b6, you can take, and it might not be that easy as it looks like. Yeah, how do you defend this, guys? As long as knight f3 is not possible, I don't see like what black could do here. You can try to trade the rooks off, but like rook g6, yeah. But what about rook f4, for example? Okay, you. Actually, I'm not sure about this. Oh, I think this was no. Oh no! Oh no! Yeah, I think really rook f4 should have been played. That would have been really, really interesting. Bishop g3, yeah.
Wow, I feel a bit bad about that one because rook e3 was a mouse slip, yeah?
Yeah, rook e3 was just stupid. I wanted to play rook e4. It was a mouse slip.
I wanted to propose a take back, but I didn't know how to.
No, don't.
Yeah,
that's very kind of you. It's fine. That's part of these matches. No worries. So,
but still, after it, honestly, after rook g6, I maybe you played something like rook f4.
My conversion was very, very bad. Yes, instead of trading on g6, rook f4, and I have to go back with the rook.
Yeah, and then you can go back and forth, and it's actually very tricky because you can come in with the rook on e7, and I wasn't sure how black could continue the attack.
Thank you, Pizza Racer. Very greatly appreciated. Thank you. It's very good to see you.
Yeah, I wasn't sure either. I just thought that rook having to stay on the f file had to somehow.
Yeah. And I just wanted to give a big shout out to #chess. Jesse was playing as photo chess. Thank you for the big raid. That's very greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. Okay, so much for that. All right. Funny thing is, this was probably a better game for me. I felt that I finally emerged from that stupid French with a better position.
Yeah, in the past game, I also saw knight b5, and then I thought, if you checked it with the computer, then it might have given you knight b5, and you might play it. But I was like, I'll take my chance because my bishop on a5 is very, very stupid. Like it's never getting into the game again.
Yeah, that bishop.
I was hoping to get some kind of the same position as last time.
Yeah. Okay. Well, very good. Let's.
Yes.
Next.
Good luck again.
Okay.
All right. Wow, that was a really interesting game. I think Nikola still has chance. It's crazy the amount of chances Nikola can create from these games. It's actually crazy. Like, he lost a piece, but he's still fighting. He's still fighting, and he's actually getting chances. This is crazy. I mean, not everyone is capable of doing that. So we're in the half adoption. Ellen is up 2-0. So if she wins 3 more games, then she has succeeded the half adoption. All right, we see the King's Indian defense again. I like how Chazlacom mentions it's called the flexible defense. And that's pretty funny. D5. What will we see here? What is Nikola gonna go for? A6. Okay. Not really. Not really. I think we decided to let the dare slip, which is fine by me. I feel like we are already being treated with enough excitement here with these with the games here. I blindfolded Among Us stream. Actually, that would be really funny, but I need someone to tell me, like... It will be funny to do it with Ollie. Like, Ollie tells me, like, in which room I am. But I cannot do a task like that, right? I could... Oh my god, it would actually be hilarious. I mean, if Ollie would be, like, telling me things, but I cannot see things, but he will be telling me information, you know? Just like how you're telling information, like what the opponent played in blindfold chess. Let's have a look. So let's go back. A6, H4, G4. What's the purpose of G4 by black? So basically, your pawn is under attack on G5, and you're playing G4 simply to not lose the pawn. And it is not allowing white to develop properly. So the knight on G1 is stuck. On G1, you cannot develop it to H3 or F3. It basically disturbs white from developing properly. It gives black space. And usually playing your pawns, pushing your pawns up like that, it can create some difficulties for you. But as you can see, the pawn on G4 is well protected. Soon you'll be able to develop all your pieces, and yeah, it looks very good. H5, B5, takes, bishop A6, bishop takes, knight takes A6, A3. Let's have a look. So once again, Nikola has sacrificed a pawn, but as you can see, like, look at his pieces. The light pieces are so much more active than white's light pieces. And okay, you might be like, okay, knight on A6 is not really a great piece. I agree, but it's definitely much better than the knight on G1. And it looks like white is gonna have a hard time to castle soon, although 92 castles. Let's see if black has something here. Could you maybe take on D5 and attack the pawn on D5? Do you want to take there already? Oh yeah, also the problem is that if you castle right away, your pawn H5 will be hanging. It's hard for white to develop basically properly, which is why this line is so disturbing. I'll be really disturbed, I think, with the white pieces. Yeah, that's true. That's certainly true. Nikola spending some time here, which I can definitely understand, since it's hard to decide what to do here. You want to play rook b8? Do you want to try to attack on d5? You want to take it, maybe? There are lots of options here for black. Okay, he took on d5. Took on d5. Are you gonna say maybe knight c7? It would make sense. Kind of nice Benoni. Yeah, it looked very similar to the Benoni, but I have literally no idea about the Benoni at all. So, but I could feel like there are some similarities. Wait, can you now play knight c7? But what after knight f4? It defends the pawn d5. But then you can maybe give it check and play queen b3. Oh, I'm seeing some opportunities here for black. Yeah, as I said, it's really hard for white to find nice squares for a piece. Ah, it was threatening to take on h6. Okay, makes sense. Although, yeah, I guess it makes sense to defend it, yeah. It was not worth it to go for d5 pawn. And black traded the c8 bishop. Ah, I see. I see. Castles. Of course. now you're... Oh, wait. Once again. The pawn is hanging. The pawn is hanging. Will he take it, guys? Wait, what's it? Okay, nothing. What's that? Oh, it's just interesting. Will he notice that the pawn is hanging? Because so basically why we're not afraid of taking this pawn is because next move will be f5, and I think everything is all right. Oh, he doesn't play it. Oh, he is instead attacking the pawn b2. Makes sense. Ah, I see. Oh, queen f5 protecting the pawn, but dropping b2 pawn instead. Is that worth it? I'm not sure. I mean, I would just take there. Ah, you're threatening. Bishop takes h6, bishop takes h6, queen takes f6, bishop g7, queen takes d6. But then you drop the knight on c3, bishop takes c3. Oh, this is some really complicated line here. Oh, okay, Lala. Yeah, it's basically from the King's Indian defense, where Nikola is playing a6 b5, and it looks really similar to Benoni, but yeah, I actually don't know what the difference is between this and the Benoni. Knight h7. Okay, so I think he noticed the threat, bishop takes h6. But I think it wasn't so scary as it looks like. You drop the g4 pawn now. It is all right since you cannot also take b2 pawn yourself. But yeah, I think it was all right to take on b2 immediately. And we see that Ellen is up on time with over 2 minutes more than Nikola. And that might be, that might influence the game a lot. It might influence a lot. The only difference now is black sacked the pawn, or it could be the same. Ah, I see. Bishop f4, not allowing queen takes. Well, actually, you can still take and take on c3. Oh, no, never mind. After bishop, so after queen takes b2, bishop takes d6, bishop takes c3, knight takes, queen takes, bishop e5. Oh, bishop e5, check, winning the queen. So that's why queen d8 is better. Still having rook takes b2 in the position. Yeah. What could I do here? Do you simply want to defend the pawn? Or maybe go for knight e4, put pressure on the pawn d6, or just take it, why not? I wasn't sure about this capture since black is getting some compensation with rook takes b2. Queen g3, putting pressure on d6. The time, oh, that hurts. That hurts, yeah, that was rough.
So it felt like I had a little bit more control in this game.
GG's, yeah.
Yeah, I can't spend an hour and a half thinking about ET5. Jesus, Nikola, that's just stupid.
Well, I actually noticed the second time we played this, you spent almost a minute on the moves you already knew.
Yeah.
And this time you played it quite fast, so that was good.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that looked promising for white indeed.
Yeah, I felt that when I managed to after ED5, I felt I'm fine.
I just think you have to take the pawn on h5 with the knight to not allow this queen c2, queen f5 idea.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. I see.
Probably that. I can play it anyway, but after queen c2, at least you have f5.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have some dark squares, but.
I'm actually curious to see what is the computer line. Computer actually like h6, but g5 is not Not to its pleasure. Okay.
I was wondering about queen takes b2, why you didn't take on b2 earlier. So for example, let me have a look. So after, for example, queen f5. Yeah.
Move queen f5, queen takes b2, I have bishop takes h6.
I thought it would be alright because you can take on h6, queen takes f6, bishop g7, and you're also threatening to take on c3 maybe.
Yeah, but
it's complicated.
And the queen is also almost trapped, actually. So even after queen takes b2, I can play bishop f4 again, and then I'm both threatening the pawn on d6, and I'm threatening to play rook fb1.
Yeah, I see that. Okay.
Fair.
I'm just gonna go grab some water if you guys don't mind.
Just no, that's all right.
And I'll be back.
It's all right. Sure thing.
So Anna-Maja, how are you doing? How's life?
It's going great. It's going great. How's it going for you?
You know, it's a bit difficult being a professional chess player when you don't have any chess tournaments to play for the rest of the year.
Yeah, I really feel that way too. Yeah, I'm every time I'm like, okay, I really want to play tournaments. I really want to get back to professional chess again, but I can't.
I was actually wondering, you're studying, right?
Yeah.
So what are you studying?
Artificial intelligence.
For how many years now?
I'm in my third year now of my bachelor.
Wow. That is quite nice.
Yeah, it is nice, but yeah, like, you know, I really want to study on chess, but it's really hard to do so. And I also, well, especially since there are barely any tournaments to play, I don't feel the need to study chess properly nowadays. Besides streaming.
Yeah, but at least you're finished studying soon. So, well,
yeah, kind of.
Well, your bachelor soon.
Yeah,
so you're even closer.
Yeah. What are you doing? Are you studying as well?
No, I'm in my second gap year now.
Oh, you have two gap years. Yeah. Okay.
I am just working on chess. I wake up.
That's also good.
I study chess. I stream at night. Watch Netflix, go to sleep, wake up, study some more chess.
That's also fun.
That is, I mean, that's the best gap year ever. I couldn't imagine a better one.
No, I mean, I can imagine. Yeah, I mean, after my bachelor, I'm also considering to take a gap year. Like, I don't feel like continuing to my master right away, especially since I'm not sure what I exactly want. And if you don't know what to do for your master, I mean, it's better to just wait for it and see.
Also, there's barely any rush, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, I don't feel like I'm not in a rush.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah, that's good. You have all the time in the world.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, sorry guys about that.
No worries.
Hello, Turnip Swagger. It's very good to see you. Thank you. It's nice. All right, so that means the score is now, I guess you want, this is
I want 3 in a row.
5-2, you want.
Yeah.
You want 3 in a row. Okay, good. Yes. So let's send me a challenge.
Yes, I will.
Good luck.
Myself.
Thank you.
Hey Swagger, hi Gentle Chess, welcome everyone. Hello, we are continuing the match. It is we're in the half adoption where it's 3-0 for Ellen. So basically 2 games left, unless Nikola manages to win or draw the game. No, I said gentle. I said gentle. Yes, I study AI, yes. Yeah, it's quite tough, but it's fun. But yeah, I really want to do master, but I'm not sure what I want to do actually. Like, and I don't think it makes sense to continue to my master's right away if I finish as soon as I finish my bachelor. So yeah, And I also like streaming, so we'll be sad to drop that. I don't want to drop that anytime soon. You have a friend who was working to a company with AI. It's crazy. Oh, that's so cool. Wow. I mean, there's so many things you can do with AI, which makes it really hard to choose a specific thing, you know? Like whenever I keep saying this, but it's like a really good example. Whenever you want to become a dentist, you just study well, I'm not sure if it's called, if the study is called like this in English, but well, you basically study this study. I think it's, well, you go for dentistry. I'm not sure if that's the name of the study in English, but I know the word in Dutch, which is totally different. But you have this study and you're going for dentistry. I mean, you cannot go anywhere else. You just do this. Whereas in AI, you have so many different things that you can do with AI. Who got a PhD working on AI involved in a robot that cooks food in the kitchen. That's amazing. That's amazing. It reminds me of the time that I was in Vienna last summer. Wait, last summer? The summer before that. And there was this restaurant with robots. Well, robots were basically like bringing the food to the table, or well, kind of. They would like put the plates on this thing, and then like the plate would slowly come down to you all the way. Like there was this path, you know, like a, you know, it will go through, and then it will reach you. It was really, really cool. Do you have any idea where I want to go? No idea. I have no idea. Let's have a look at the game, guys. We see something else. We've seen the Rubinstein variation with where the bishop is placed on c6. It is out of that. Let's call it the corner. You know, it's out from that hole. Let's say a hole. It's you know, it's stuck there usually on c8, but now it's out of there. It's actually being traded off with the knight. I mean, that's already much better than having the bishop stuck on c8. Takes. We see a lot of trades, which actually benefits Nikola, because the more you trade, the closer it gets to draw. And well, of course, not every trade is accurate and correct, but as you can see, there's not much going on here. But Nikola is actually, he might be able to start an attack with rook f3, rook h3. It might look scary. Might be a little bit scary. Running for president. No, thank you. I'm not someone that wants to run for president. No. Sad. It's okay. Rook d8. G4 was played. That's also cool. Yeah, f5. I was just gonna say, you might want to consider playing either g5 or f5, and I think f5 is more creating more threats, because you're literally attacking both pawns on e6 and g6. Now you're gonna take on f5 back, and I think the best move now is to, well, actually, this is a bit tricky. This is a little bit tricky. I think bishop g7 is all right. c5 has been played. That's also good. So now I was thinking f takes g6, h takes g6, and then the bishop is covered, protected by the queen. F takes g6. That looks scary. You're opening up this diagonal towards the king, but it seems like it's all right, because after bishop c4, you might have king g7, and it looks all right. But oh, I was gonna say bishop c4 d5 is a possibility, But what Nikola does here is he plays d5 first because he knows that after rook takes d5, bishop c4 is the threat. So that's a really, really nice find. Yeah, and now you have an amazing pawn d5. You might not be able to push this pawn so much, but the fact that you pushed it towards d5, it's on d5 already, it gives you quite some chances. Now, the question is, now the pawn is hanging on d5. How do we defend it? How do we do that? c4, I was a bit worried about this move because b2 is hanging, but as you have rook b1, it should be fine. It should be fine for white. Queen g2, I would say. Yeah, or queen f3. No, but I don't like queen f3 because the bishop takes b2 is now huge, huge threat. This might be a little bit misplayed by Nikola. So I think queen g2 was important to play. You never want to have the rook and the queen on the same file, of both being like not being from the same side, of course. Bishop takes b2, and what do you do now? I mean, I can see compensation happening from like queen g4 or queen h3, a similar idea to play queen d7 check, but it's a little bit unclear if that's like gonna help anything. So I think you can simply take now. So after takes queen d7, sorry, then you can, for example, play king g8, and I don't see like how white can make use of anything here. I don't see compensation. Thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Yeah, I don't see how to get back from this queen d7. Maybe Nikola finds a way. He has been able to find many ways to come back from horrible positions. So I'm curious to see where it will go to now. Maria, thank you so much for the raid to Nikola's channel. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. We are currently in Nikola's adoption match. This is the second half adoption. It is 3-0 for Ellen. So Ellen needs to win 2 more games to complete the half adoption. She's really close. As you can see, she is an exchange up in this game. It looks very, very promising. And I think she's gonna clutch this. She has over 2 minutes on the clock. I don't see much compensation here from Nikola. So yeah, we see, okay, timeout. Yeah, it is really tough. This is simply already lost, but basically we're moving on to the final game, guys.
It was actually it was a little bit funny because I was thinking, and then I didn't notice that you played king h1 because it's just like a small little move. So I had almost already prepared my reply, but yeah. I just didn't notice that you had played king h1, so I was sitting there waiting, and I was like, why isn't he moving? Come on.
First, thank you, Photochess, Maria, for raiding the party of 39. Here is a shout out to Maria Yemilanova, whose Twitch handle is Photochess. She's a photographer and chess streamer and a friend of this channel. Yeah, I out-tricked myself here.
Queen f3 might have been a bit
was just, I'm probably worse even there. Even after this, but it's holdable position. My problem was very bluntly, was that I shouldn't have exchanged the knight bishop for the knight. I should have kept the bishop pair, but I wanted to play for a draw, and then I decided I'm going to attack, which was just stupid.
Yes, that's the problem. Sometimes when you play very hard for a draw, you keep on making like small little inaccuracies in order to be solved.
It was just not necessary. Okay. And,
my opening choice was a bit risky, actually, because it is a drawish line.
Yeah.
But I wanted to make you think a little bit in the opening.
Yeah, and I actually, yes, you did. And the funny part is there was some months ago, Alexandra Bottes and I were discussing, instead of an adoption match, playing a French defense match.
That sounds like a great idea.
And that was the line I was planning to play as a black. But, so I was trying
it's a difficult line to play against higher rated players. I played it against some GMs, and they just crush me every single time because black's position is a little bit passive, and they just keep on finding a way to put pressure on.
All right, so let me see if I can try to win this on. So it's you're one game away from a half adoption, right, Ellen?
Yes, that would be nice.
All right. Okay, very good. Okay, and let's send me the challenge and let's see what happens.
Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, guys, this is basically the last game. This is going to be the last game. Will Ellen succeed to half adopt Nikola? This is the moment, guys. This is the moment we've all been waiting for. Let's go. The game has started. D4. D4. Knight f6, c4, g6. And we are back in the King's Indian defense. Bishop e2. No g3 lines anymore. We see bishop g5 again. Now bishop e3 instead of bishop f4, I think was played the last few times. Still Averback, yeah. Or is bishop no, I think bishop e3 was played. e5, d5. This is different, right? I think before we had the pawn on e7 still. We're gonna see different line, guys. We are seeing a different line. Now we're gonna see f5 instead. Normal is c5. Interesting. Yeah, and now Isalla's thinking what to do. I think I know some ideas here. So basically black is gonna try to attack on the king side. And usually you see white attack on the queen side. You might see c5, you might see b4, a4, all pawn pushes there. You see f5 now on the board, threatening f4 actually. Takes, I think pawn takes is normal, right? I think pawn takes is normal. What's up, Ollie? What's up? I don't think that was, it's either the cat or it's something not good, not positive. Okay, it was you, not the cat. Your anger and frustration. What's up? What's up? Oh, your internet. Okay, so nothing new. F4, bishop f5. Oh, it looks like black has a lot of space, but the problem here is that white is gonna control e4 square. You're kind of forced to trade or play queen f6, then trade everything off. I'm not sure who favors these kind of trades. Ooh, I'm not sure. Do you want to go for this? It feels like white is better at this point, having the pair of bishops, especially having the light squared bishop, I think is crucial here. Ah. Hiya, security guard. Welcome. Hello. I think so too, Dutch Day. Yeah. I think so too. Knight c5. At least you're getting rid of the bishop, I guess. I think that's beneficial for black because the light squares are very weak. So if you're able to get rid of the light squared bishop, then that will be great, I think. Especially since things like knight h5, knight g6 might come soon in the air. Actually, maybe you could already consider that. Why not knight h4? Maybe knight h4 was better. I think knight h4 was better because regardless of this trade, you still threatening knight g6 could be really annoying. He takes, take. Ooh, bishop c3. That is looking tricky. As long as the knight is on e8, able to take on g7, it should be fine. Should be fine. Yeah. Yeah, so basically, it is quite unusual though that there's castles to queenside, I think. Usually you see in this opening that white castles kingside. So that's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. Knight takes g7, and I think black's all right. The only problem black is facing that this pawn f4 might be a little bit weak, but it should be holdable. Also, the fact that the pawns on the 7th rank might be very, very vulnerable can also have like influence on the game. Oh, I think you can play this, rook e8. Yeah, there you go. And after queen takes f5, you just take with a knight. And you don't need to worry about anything. Not about rook e4, not about rook e7. Everything is covered. So now the question is, will Ellen trade off the queens? And the answer is no. And it makes a lot of sense because I think as soon as the queens are off the board, I think white will not have an advantage anymore. I think they have an advantage right now, especially since the black's king is so exposed over here. So trading off queens is favorable for black. I think black really would love to go to an endgame. Also, now white is threatening to take on a7. I'm not sure how much you would like to take this pawn, but since you can take the other pawns after that, I think this is a really, really juicy pawn. Also, at the same time, rook g1 is a threat to put pressure on the knight on g7. King h7, getting out of the pin at least. I'm not sure how much that helps, but at least you can play knight h5 next move and maybe put the knight on a better square. Knight of 6, knight e4, stuff like that. Knight h4 attacking the queen. Looks tricky. So basically, Ellen is threatening to play queen d3 and then put the knight on g6 because the queen basically has to leave the diagonal. So it looks like queen d3 will be next move. Queen g5 looks really scary, but it looks all right for now, but it's very shaky. So I think queen d3 now would be the move, right? You could cover it with knight f5 though. No, you can't, because you will take on e8. Rook e g1. Huh. But now you can simply take queen. You can play queen f6. I mean, so you cannot take on h4 because there's mate hanging. Queen e5. Queen e5 also works. Yeah. Might even be better. Centralizing the queen. Yeah, it looks fine. I think now you have to play knight f5. There's no way that king h8 or king g8 can be any good. Allowing the queen to enter here, the knight to enter there. Okay, queen e4, that works too. That is, it's just, yeah, it's covering that diagonal. I think that's really, really good. It's getting harder for white to avoid queen trade. It's getting harder, but it's not impossible. You can still play queen c3, but then rook f7 and it's well defended. You might have tricks with rook e1. And the queen is trapped in the middle of the board, guys. But queen c3, obviously, you can play queen e5 and just go back and forth. I think that's the main issue here. Although, wait. It's not that clear, because after queen e5, you have queen takes e5, and you have to take with the pawn. Otherwise, there's knight g6, and there might be a fork if you have rook on e5. Ooh. Tricky. He plays rook e7. Oh, no. Oh no, rook e1 and the queen is trapped, guys. Oh no! Oh no, the queen is trapped in the middle of the board. Can you believe that? Can you believe that the queen is trapped in the middle of the board? Wow, Ellen played this really, really well. Ellen played this really well. Yeah, and there's the most you can get out of this, I think, is just the rook. I think you can only get the rook out of this, not even a rook and a knight, or maybe even a pawn. I think only a rook. F3, last resort. Squares everywhere. But not one place to go exactly. Now you just simply take on F3. And, oh, even queen D3. Of course, really, really well played. Nice technique. And this GG, the half adoption has succeeded. Wow. Congrats to Alan, that was amazing.
Yeah, you basically won this game the same way Aryan won the games against you the other day. Congratulations, and congratulations on half adoption. That's
congratulations, Alan.
Thank you. I think there are only a few people that managed to do that, so that's great.
I'm happy to be one of them.
Yeah, thank you. That was good. I thought that I relaxed when it was pretty scary for a little bit, and then I just trapped my own queen like an idiot. That was just stupid. So that's,
I mean, it's crazy that the queen is trapped in the middle of the board.
Yeah,
doesn't happen often.
Yeah, basically, if after queen c3,
I guess queen e5.
Yeah, if I play queen e5, it's a dead draw. It's a complete dead draw, and I got myself too cute. It just missed the simple tactic. All right.
Aww.
It is what it is. Congratulations, Ellen. That's very good. I'm gonna.
I was thinking, a half adoption, is that like being a godmother or something? You're not like.
That's fine.
You're not legally, but if something happens to the other parents, then you will take care.
All right, so I normally, when there is a half adoption, I give 25 subs as a donation to the channel. So congratulations again.
You really don't have to do that.
It's already
done. Oh my god.
All right, it was the score is now actually fair. I honestly don't think 2-2 was an appropriate score. 7-2 is... I probably should have drawn this game, but that's fine. It's good. But now we have a little, you know, should we... What did chat decide, Anna-Maja, about the dare for Ellen? Because she did fail twice.
Yes.
Okay, well, we didn't really decide something.
Okay.
But if there are any, if we want to go for that, then we can definitely think of something, right?
Do you have a wish, Nikola?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Scrooge is saying that we did decide.
Oh,
okay.
What? Oh,
Don't
okay.
lie,
Well,
Anna-Maja.
they were saying something about me doing blindfold Among Us.
How do you do blindfold Among Us?
Well, I was thinking. I mean, whenever I did my blindfold chess streams, then I would have a blindfold on, and my mod Olympiad would say the moves. So basically, what I could do, I put the blindfold on, and then my mod Olympiad will again say like where I'm going or like who I cross.
Okay.
I mean, we could make it work.
But I don't think Ellen plays blindfold. Plays Among Us, right?
Well, yeah, for some reason, I'm the one who was supposed to do the dare here.
Okay, all right. Is there something you want to do, Ellen?
I mean, I don't think this is my call. I think this is completely up to you. I'm completely overwhelmed.
All right. So
Anna likes to play the guitar. We hear.
Okay. Okay. Why don't we do that? Let's do.
Oh, it's your next sub goal.
Yeah. It's well. Yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
If you want to.
Yeah. That's amazing.
All right. Yeah, let's do that. That's fine. That's friendly.
Great.
And that works. Okay.
And
once again, Ellen, thank you for agreeing to play this with me. That was a nice match.
I was the one who asked you if I could give it a go, so I'm the one who has to say.
Is that what happened? Okay.
Yeah. So I'm the one who has to say thank you that you took my challenge.
Thank you. That it was nice. It's nice, and in all honesty, this was a very good match. It's I think I got comfortable playing this BG5 King's Indian, which is.
I'm happy. I'm happy I can help that way.
No, thank you.
I'm just looking for a little capo here, so that it's a bit easier.
Okay. All right. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make Ellen's stream bigger. Oops. Okay, so let me just rearrange. So this is. Oh, come on. Okay. Very good. Wonderful. Okay. And you can still see both me and. Wonderful. Oops. And we're gonna do the zoom here. And there we go. Yeah. A guitar performance with WFM Ellen Nilssen.
Who is working hard here to find the thing that she needs.
Okay, take your time.
Because I'm a quite messy person, you know? So everything is just everywhere. And I've apparently been using my guitar on stream for some reason. So now
I feel you.
Yeah.
Okay. How long should I give this?
Whatever you want to say. One song is fine. Oh, Oste Nuevo, the arenas are basically a new stream series on my channel. They're sponsored by Open Film Media. They're every Saturday at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. And they include cash prizes, $100 for the winner, $50 and $25 for the second and third. I think you need to join an Open Film Media club to participate. And then I think 1 hour after this you are. Thank you, Lazy Fair, and thank you all guys for all your support. That's very greatly appreciated. Thank you. So basically, you need to join an Open Film Media Chess Club. The link is in my chat, and once you do that, it's announced. No, you don't need to stream. You can stream if you want, but you don't need to. Most people didn't. We did a pilot last Saturday. It was very successful. We had like 2 international masters and a grandmaster and a couple of FMs.
Oh, that's awesome.
So it was very successful.
So I cannot find the capo, which means that I will have to find a song without one.
Okay. Very good.
Maybe. Oh no. This is annoying because I actually had a song in mind then, but I need my little thing there, and it's gone. Right. It is not here. Oh, why am I so messy?
Don't worry.
Okay. I'll just search for. Oh, Ellen, don't smash anything here. Okay.
Feel free to smash. We understand. Okay.
If I only knew any of these songs.
No, you know.
Oh wait, I have one.
Perfect.
Great.
Oh, maybe I don't. This is a little bit awkward. See, I promise if I could just find that one. But I cannot. Okay.
Just do one more adjustment.
Well, it's just I'd rather play one that I've played before. Maybe I can play this one.
Okay.
Oh, wait, yes. Okay, genius. Okay, I got this.
Okay, good luck.
Thank you. I'll just take off my headset because then it's a little bit easier. Yeah, here we go. I haven't really tuned it. Okay. Same bed, but it feels just a little bit bigger now. Our song on the radio, but it don't sound the same. When our friends talk about you, all it does is just tear me down. 'Cause my heart breaks a little when I hear your name. It all just sounds like held your hand. Should have give you all my hours when I had the chance. Take you to every party cause all you wanted to do was dance. Now my baby's dancing, but she's dancing with another man. Yeah.
That was amazing!
That was great.
That was amazing. I did not expect the singing part.
That was great.
Well,
Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ellen. Thank you for that. Thank you for the song.
I'm the one who
Thank
has
you
to say
for
thank
everything. And I think in Anna-Maja's chat, somebody said that hashtags can use Ellen's talent. I think they're recording a Christmas something.
Yeah,
so
Christmas.
I think, that was amazing. Thank you, Ellen. And thank you for the match. And thank you for being here. And, well.
That was amazing.
Well, I was just completely overwhelmed by your enormous generosity to both
you're welcome.
this channel and every other channel. So I feel a bit bad by only giving you the half experience.
No. Thank you. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. I was lucky to manage to win 2 games, so that's all good. All right. So guys, thank you again. Thank you to Ellen for playing the match. Thank you all of you for being here. Thank you, Anna-Maja, for commentating.
My pleasure.
We don't have an opponent yet for next week. The week after I may play International Master Danny Ranch. We'll see when that's still not yet confirmed. I'm gonna post this in Discord, and please, there is a link to my Discord there. And the question here is, Ellen, Anna-Maja, are you gonna continue streaming?
Oh no, I will. Will you continue?
I am actually probably gonna continue for a couple of minutes. What about Ellen? Okay. About you?
I didn't decide yet. But if you want to keep on streaming, then I guess it makes sense if both Anna-Maja and I rate you.
Yeah,
for sure.
I just want to take actually a look at the very last game, which I felt was a game that I kind of needlessly lost, and I want to look at a couple of things, and then I'm gonna. So if you guys rate me. All right, yeah. And I'm going to continue real quick. I just actually want to take a quick look at one game. Thank you again for the match. I'm going to end the Zoom call. So and we'll thank you, Yannick Z, for the follow. I'm going to convert this. Bye, Anna-Maja. Thank you again.
Bye.
Good luck playing Among Us next time. Ellen, you're a fabulous singer and a great thing. Always to be found next to cameras. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you. It was a great match.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye. All right, so I'm ending the Zoom call. Just bear with me while I really readjust the layout. And obviously, Ellen is no longer. I'm gonna hide Ellen. So there is no need for that. There is no need for Anna-Maja. And let me just get the camera going. And then I actually want to take a quick look at the very last couple of games. So just bear with me while I make that happen. Okay, there we are. Ooh, I'm a little bit too big. So let me just adjust that, and then we can, okay, this we can hide. And let me hide this. No, let me hide this, and let me just resize myself, and then we're gonna I really want to take a look. I think I got lucky in those 2 games I won, but I also needlessly kind of failed. So I want to take a quick look there. Just bear with me while I adjust this. So it will take a couple of minutes. I've actually become somewhat proficient with this. Okay, come on. There we go. That's better. Okay, let's do this. And let's adjust this. And let's adjust this. And oops. One more. And there we go. Blah, blah. Almost there. Oops. Daisy. And let's resize this here. Let's adjust this. And we're ready. Thank you. All right, guys. So thank you. I just have to do one more thing, which is to get this zoom closer, and we are ready to go. First and foremost, thank you so much, guys, for being here. That's very greatly appreciated. I just want to take, hey, JPs, thank you. Ostinovievo, thank you. Half adoption is complete. Yes, that's fine. I actually got half adopted a couple of times, I think, by Omid and by Thea. Thea Janschel. Hey, Kebikan, how are you doing? Oh, thank you, Alan, for the rating for the party of this, of 37. That's very greatly appreciated. Welcome, Raiders. Hey, Screws, thank you. And let's take a look. I actually want to take a look at this very last game. That's the game I'm actually among the games that I'm most interested in. All right, so I'm gonna resize this so you guys can see. You can actually see my. And let's do this. So let me resize the board, and then we can actually look at the analysis. I had one very significant problem in this match. The problem was that, you know, Helen plays this Vinaver French, and Vinaver French is part of my repertoire, but unfortunately, Vinaver French is not something I actually play that often. So I was a little bit out of prep here. And very bluntly, when I stopped by yesterday to review my notes for Vinaver, it transpired that, you know, Pentala Hare Krishna, whose book I highly recommend on how to fight against French, he had something like 70 plus. All right, so let me take this off, and then let me resize it some more. And let me increase this a little bit here. And finally, let's see if I can resize this window to make this look better. I can. Wonderful. So just one more second and we can start. Anyway. All right. So if we look at, I really want to take a look at this game because I really don't normally play this variation. Ulan Ellen Nilssen has 2 S's. Yes. Oh, actually, that looks. It's Nilssen without E, unfortunately. Anyway, so let's take a look at very quickly into this game because I expected to play this. But this was basically, for all intents and purposes, a new opening for me. Oh, thank you, Anonymous Gifter, for gifting 5 tier 1 subs. That's very greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. Thank you. That's very greatly appreciated. Oh, and thank you so much, Anna-Maja, for raiding with a party of 63. That's very greatly appreciated. So let's give a shout out to Anna-Maja, who is a dear friend. And, you know, so... let's take a quick look at this game. This is the last game we played, the d4 f6, standard King's Indian. And normally I am, you know, I have learned how to play this by this bg5. This is variation by playing h6. And pawn on h6 is actually good in King's Indian because it stops. Hey, Anna-Maja, thank you for kind words. Thank you for the raid. Thank you for being here. It was very greatly appreciated. So she played bishop e3, and the theoretical move here is, yeah, that's fine. We will continue for. I do want to look at a couple of games. Yeah. Thank you, Ostanovievo. That's very greatly appreciated. Thank you for your kind words. So basically, the standard move here is c5, but I kind of wanted to, because we played basically the same opening throughout, I've decided to play e5, which is perfectly acceptable move, at least I thought in this position, and we transposed into some sort of a normal King's Indian, and knight e8, computer doesn't like it, and in retrospect I should have just continued with knight a6 and then knight c5 threat. That would have been more in the spirit of the position. Okay, so anyway, queen d2, targeting the pawn on h6, king h7, and just one side note, you see, pawn on h6 is actually topical in King's Indian, especially in this variation, because you do not want white knight to end up on e6, because e6 is kind of after you play f5, which is normal in King's Indian. This is a weakness, and if white manages to park its knight, then you need to give away this white light square bishop, which is very important to survive in King's Indian. So I felt that this was all fine. f5 is probably okay, so that's probably not a good move in this position. I was forcing it, trying to transpose into normal King's Indian. Computer prefers playing knight a6. Okay, and then let me see. So after knight a6 and then knight c4, but knight c5, but maybe I should have kept the knight on f6. This was a little bit forcing on my part. Okay, so f5. Okay, computer hates it. Takes. Queen c2. Get the king out. Oh, I should have. Computer wanted me to play e4 here. Ooh, okay, so I didn't really do this. Okay, so mental note to myself, don't do this. King h8 is obviously not an accuracy, and computer doesn't like castling long in this position. Okay, so after castling, f4 is the best move. Bishop d2, and computer considers this position to be equal. Frankly, I consider that position to be equal while playing the game. And actually, computer will consider this to be better for black after it thinks a little bit. Okay, but you basically need to play knight a6. Okay, so I played bishop f5. After bishop d3, queen f6 is met by knight e4. All right. I think I'm going. Honestly, I think I'm going to end up having to put this into my into Lila or some other. Yeah, Alan, exactly. I didn't thought it was a mistake. I think it was a normal plan. But there you go. It's basically a switch of two pawns afterwards. Okay. So after this, I felt we were. After bishop e4 and this, and I played knight a6 afterwards. Computer wanted me to play earlier. All right, so g3, the best move. Okay, knight c5, topical, takes, and this is basically an exchange of best moves. Okay. ef4, and to be honest with you, I'm analyzing this with a computer for the matter of convenience. And to be very frank, in 2020, having a super GM at your disposal to help you analyze is a huge thing. And this was computer wanted me to play queen h5. Okay, to force the exchange of queens. All right, I guess the king is in a little bit of a trouble. After ef4, bishop c3, all expected, queen f5, bishop g7, knight on g7, right d, and I consider this to be okay for black. I didn't think I was weak. I was worse in this. Rook e8, queen d4, king h7, knight h4, which is not analyzing the best. Okay. And what computer basically wanted here to play king d2. All right, I felt this was fine. Knight g5, rook e1, rook e5, queen e5, queen d3, queen h4. And here is me being stupid. Okay, so basically I trapped my own queen and I needed to repeat. Here I basically had to play queen e5 to keep. And it's interesting to see here that the difference here between queen c3 is all zeros and then queen e5, which is the best move. And let's see, and then queen c2, basically a repeat. And so the idea here was to play queen d3, and that's basically repetition, and it's the best. Okay, so basically I made a stupid goof. And then this is obviously not something that Ellen is going to miss. And it's like +8 and the game is lost. And obviously the weather, honestly, the game was lost in this position. Okay, so mental note to self, figure out how, oh, you wanted to do queen c2. So if I played queen e5, it was planning on going, okay, queens, so let's go back. Okay, so queen c3, queen e5, queen c2, and then I have to play queen e4, and then rook e1. Okay. And then I can actually, I saw this, and I felt that I can actually exchange here. And after exchange, I can play f3. And this should have been a draw. Okay. All right. Okay, so memo to Nikola from Nikola. Don't fall for tactics of this kind. Well, this is still an end game to play with, but I'm not sure this is a direct loss. And then, yeah. Oh, thank you, Worship, my dear friend. Thank you for the subscribing for 7 months of tier 1 and being a mod in this channel. It's very greatly appreciated. It's very good to see you, my friend. Thank you. Okay, so basically I'm going to chalk this in that I managed to get, I basically relaxed after the very first, after basically defending this position, which was actually quite tricky to defend, and rook e7 was just stupid, and I'm not going to make any excuses for myself because it was only 15 seconds. All right, so let's take a look at some other games that we played. This was basically a similar situation. And let me see this Ellen a little bit surprised me. I didn't expect her to play the Rubinstein variation of the French with knight d4. She wanted to mix it up. To be frank, as I mentioned on the stream, I prepared this maybe 4 or 5 months ago for a potential match with Alexandra Botez as black. So I was playing on memory of that. But frankly, this was all fine. And I'm quite, these are all best moves. So computer wants me to play b4 here. Okay. Hey, Halvard, it's very good to see you. Thank you. So c6, obviously, Ellen is very familiar with this position. I think bg5 is a fine move. And here I made a strategic error in this position, to be very frank with everybody here. I wanted to try to play this for a draw, which I bet you that my next move, which would take on g5. Oh, it's excellent. Okay, but it does lose us half a pawn of advantage. Okay, I thought it would be a question mark. Hey, Halvard, it's very good to see you. I'm analyzing games with a match with Ellen Nilssen. And, I here decided to play for a draw. And basically, then decided oh, well, you know, my best chance against Ellen is to attack. So I basically went, and it looks like the computer actually likes this plan, surprisingly enough, which is good. Hey, famous wizard. I think I was adopted twice by Man Hambleton and Anna Muzyczuk, so that counts as half adoptions. I also got half adopted by Omid Malik, and I also got half adopted by Lara Yangel. So actually, screws. So basically, this would be my 5th half adoption out of, I think, 18 matches, which is pretty good. Oh yes, Julian. Oh yes, there were 2 adoption matches that I avoided in the 10th game. One was against Karina Bratsumova, and another was against my dear friend Julian. So it was actually a few of those. I actually watched the bulk of this match, and basically Aryan got Ellen out of her comfort zone, and basically he did the same thing he did to Chiu. And very frankly, you know, mentally when you play player that's stronger than you, and you kind of almost semi-expect to lose, it's very hard to play your normal game, and I think that's what happened to Ellen against Aryan. So anyway, so okay, so computer actually liked Omid, Ellen, Julian, Karina, and 2 adoptions. Correct. Yes, I think that's the. Oh yes, and Lara Yangel, from one of the Lady Chiquitas. So it's yes, exactly, screws Lara too, and that's, I think, it. I'm almost positive that that's the complete list. I don't think Alessia or Dina ever did it, and I don't think I got half adopted anybody. So okay, thanks famous wizard. Thank you, screws. Anyway, so rook d8. All right, so this is still fine. f5 is okay. And I was here trying to get some attack, and you know, I'm actually somewhat surprised that computer evaluation is actually not worse. Let's see, d5, okay, computer, so that was fine. King g7 and rook d8, and then here I made a blunder, which was queen f3. Okay. All right, so yeah, and now the rest is almost not significant. So basically, this game, Halvard, you're kind of too strong. It's very hard for you to adopt somebody. I think you're 2400. That almost makes it hard for somebody like Magnus Carlsen to, you know, because realistically you need to be 500 ELO points stronger than the opponent. Or 2200. Yeah, okay. Still, it's hard. Yeah, okay. All right, so, okay, so basically I didn't play this badly, but then I made one more blunder, which is a recurrent theme in quite a few of my games here. All right, let me take a quick look. And obviously then you have, you know, games in which I have like, all right, so yeah, obviously this I managed to outswindle. And then let me look at the very first game. Oh, no, I don't want that. Don't do this to me. Let's look at the very first game we played. And no, famous wizard, I am not, you know, I'm not playing. That sounds like a very interesting match. I'm quite sure Nikola is going to do this. So basically, this is my first attempt at defending against this, and here I played this, and then is queen e5 the best move in this position? Okay, yeah, of course, this is really bad accuracy on my part. I didn't remember the line. I know queen e5, it needs to be played, but apparently this is after bishop e3 is not this. No, I wasn't playing bullet in the match, no way. I actually do play a bullet as a brainless games usually, but I'm very bad at bullet. No, that was my history. That was mine, the history in the match. I actually play quite a lot of bullet games. It's just I wanted to get faster with the mouse, and I did improve in bullet significantly, but I do play. So, and Ellen basically mostly plays on Lichess. So this was, okay. So G4 was okay move. Oh, computer wants me to play, 94. What is the line here? And then take and play G4, basically sacrifice the piece. All right, so that's all good. B5 is topical, B4 was fine. Takes. And then she actually made a blunder, and then I was actually very proud of this King H6 move, though objectively I'm, according to this, lost. Gebs, I don't have a FIDE rating. I don't, I've only played, I think, 3 rated USCF games, so my USCF rating went from 800 to like 1597. I won all those 3 games. I haven't played any open. Unfortunately, thanks to the COVID, chances to play OTB are few and far between, and I don't have a FIDE rating. My educated guess is, I honestly don't even want to guess. All right, so Queen C2, this. Okay, and this is tricky, but it's insufficient, and yeah, I'm lost here. Okay. Correct, Screws. I've never lost a USCF rated game. I played 3 games and I won all 3, and that was a very interesting tournament because I was supposed to play in the unrated beginner, so it was very interesting. Interesting tournament. I actually won against 3 players, all of whom actually won their other 2 games. It was just a 3-round tournament. So yes, technically I've never lost a rated game. That's funny. Yes, Worship, this is definitely an ouch position. Okay. I think one of the huge benefit of this match is that if you look at this game, and then you look at basically contested this particular position 4 or 5 times, and I have, by the end of the match, I basically learned how to handle this bishop G5 with either E5 or C5. And I think that's, although this is not very precise, I think I ended up being comfortable in these positions, which I have to say I'm very grateful to Ellen for playing this match. And this is, by the way, why I'm playing these matches. Okay. Yes, however, I like King's Indian, which is great. So I have a couple of program announcements just before we adjourn and before we send you on a raid. First, I'm gonna continue with my best losses, which gonna feature games from this match. Is scheduled for tomorrow, and yeah, it's a possible. I also played some variation of knight c6 and knight a5. I think that's a good idea to go for a c6 pawn break, but anyway, we'll see. That was one of the variations that came across. I preferred this, but anyway, King's Indian is a opening I very much like, but it's tricky because Black needs to know a lot of theory, unfortunately. Anyway, so to continue with the program announcement, my best losses on Mondays at 8 will continue. I will that will be games for feature. I'm going to do in-depth analysis of a couple of games from this match. I'm also going to have another stream with Danya next week. I presume it's going to be on Wednesday. I don't know exactly when. Anna and I, she's still busy with her other obligations, so I'm not sure if we're going to have a stream this coming week. But the most important thing is that on Saturdays at 9 a.m. New York time, that means Europe friendly, I'm going to be hosting Open Field Media Arenas on my channel. Yes, thank you, Famous Wizard. They are basically arenas. They include cash prizes. They're 3+2 arenas. They're going to last between an hour and 90 minutes. We're still looking at the format. Obviously, everybody here should join. And that's going to become a featured stream on the channel. And I expect to continue. First one was very successful. We had 55 players. We have a grandmaster in the arena. We also had 2 international masters and 2 FIDE masters. It was a very interesting match. And what was also interesting, that first 3 places were actually taken by non-titled players, which is fabulous. And thank you, Screws, for posting this in chat. To join, you need to be part of Open Field Media Chess Club. The link is in the chat, and you can register for the tournament. I think standardchess.com policy means an hour before. And it's 9 a.m. Saturdays at 9 a.m. Eastern time on Saturdays. Thank you, guys. It has been great. And let's see who is streaming so we can raid them. Let me see. Botislav is playing Among Us. You have Nikola versus MVL. You know what? I'm actually going to make a statement, and I'm gonna send you to chess.com just because looks like they're having a very interesting Nikola Kazarian versus MVL, and let me send you there. All right, anyway, talk to you soon, guys. That's very greatly appreciated. See you tomorrow. And I'm gonna start the raid. There we go. And thank you. Oh, JP's, all right, unfortunately the raid is already initiated. I'll send you, and I'll probably join you. I want to see MVL versus Nihal. Talk to you soon. Bye.